Hi guys, and welcome back to Fit with T. I hope you guys are good. So this is another video in my Sprint and ABC series, and today we're on the letter L and we're talking about low hill recovery. So when I say low hill recovery, I'm referring specifically to the start in this video, okay? So I have made a video, check it out, about hill recovery when it comes to max velocity running, okay? But today we're talking specifically about the start, and even more specifically, I'm talking about the toe drag, okay? So I'm going to answer 3 questions for you guys. Number 1, what is low hill recovery? Number 2, what is the toe drag and why do some athletes use it? And number 3, is it necessary for you to use a toe drag in order to have a quick start? So first and foremost, the idea when it comes to the start is to be as explosive as possible, project yourself, getting those feet down quickly, those first 3, 4, 5 steps down as quickly as possible, and to begin to build up your speed. The start, the acceleration is all about building up your speed and gradually come up, okay? If you haven't checked out this video where I talk about the angles that you're looking for when you're coming out of the start, that's the positions that you want to be mimicking. And the idea of a low hill recovery is that a straight line is going to be the quickest route to get from A to B, the quickest route for you to get your foot down. And those first 3 strides are critical when it comes to the start. And if you're cycling your hill as opposed to just keeping the hill low, that's when you're going to be taking longer to take those first few strides, right? So the idea is to get the foot down as quickly as possible, and cycling is a longer route, a more circular route than just keeping the hill low. That's the idea of a low hill recovery. Now the toe drag is become a fascination, you know, in the sprinting world, and sometimes even preachers, that's what you should do, right, in order to have a low hill recovery. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, the toe drag is what you might see some athletes do at the start. So whether that's their first, second or third stride, you will see some athletes in an attempt to keep their foot closer to the ground, it sometimes can result in a toe drag. Now, keeping your heel low doesn't automatically mean that you must use the toe drag, right? I believe, and this is my video, so I'm going to say, is that the only time that you should do the toe drag is if it makes you faster. So if it doesn't personally make you faster, I don't think it should be something that you necessarily seek to do. Number 1, you're going to mash up your spikes, your trainers or whatever. You will see that, you know, you'll get a hole in your front toe much quicker. If you've got spikes and trainers to waste, then off you go. However, for the majority of athletes, the most important thing is, are you getting that foot down quickly? Are you getting the first few strides down quickly? Are you actually getting the foot down and putting it under you, as opposed to dropping it short underneath you, or dropping it too far in front of you, landing in a more braking position, which makes you pop up? Yes, you want to have a low, and I'm going to say low in quotes because low for me, it may not be low for you. Low for someone whose legs are longer, someone whose legs are shorter, a shorter person, a taller person. It's going to be different depending on the athlete, right? It's what's more efficient for that athlete. You look at someone like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who's a fantastic starter, one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world, right, at starting. Does she do a toe drag? No, she doesn't. But then you've got an athlete like Christian Coleman, who does do a toe drag, or someone like Usain Bolt, who does do a toe drag. Usain Bolt, though he's the fastest man ever living, he was not the fastest starter. And someone who is tall for a sprinter, one of the reasons he most likely did that was because for someone of his size, that was a quicker way for him to be able to get his foot down. Whereas someone like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who is much smaller, much easier to cycle those limbs through quickly and still get them down very, very quickly and very, very reactively. So if you're someone who actually you're able to still get a quick start, keeping a low hill recovery relative to you, your stride, your movement pattern and all of that, but your toe doesn't quite scrape the ground, you do have a little bit of distance between your toe and the ground, but actually your heel's not high. A high heel recovery, really and truly, you don't need to have a big heel flick in the start. That's not where you're going to have it. You don't need to have that in those first 3 strides. It's about punching and trying to maintain those angles as best as possible. For some people, doing a toe drag is a distraction, okay? So if it's a distraction for you as opposed to a natural occurrence, that may not be something that you want to implement. If you're able to actually project better by not doing a toe drag, because you give yourself a little bit more room to bring that knee through and punch back down again, then that may be something that you want to consider, okay? If keeping your heel low results in you doing a toe drag, then so be it. But I don't believe it should be something that you should seek to do necessarily. It should come more naturally and it should be more about where you're more efficient in that start. So look for the angles that you should look for. So if you haven't checked out my video about the crouch start or how to use blocks, how to set them up, check those videos out, guys, if you need help with regards to starting. So dragging your toe is not necessarily a automatic marker that you're doing things correctly. You want to more so look at where does your foot land? Are you able to project well? Look at your angles and those sorts of things. That's what you want to look at. And if you're able to get your foot down quickly without actually dragging your toe, then so be it. But if dragging your toe happens automatically, happens naturally, then so be it as well. Whichever one makes you faster, whichever one you're most fast in, that's what you want to look for. So let me know in the comment section below, when you start, do you have a toe drag? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me know in the comment section below. But if you like the video, guys, please give it a big thumbs up to help me accelerate my channel, to let the algorithm know and so that more athletes like you can see this video. And if you haven't checked out this video or this video, check those out next. And I'll see you guys on another Friday. Bye, guys.